This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Thank you, Chris. Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, and May the 4th be with you.
It happened.
It happens. It's May 4th. I'm Tori, and I'm here with Lindsay and Al. Let's get started. As you may have heard, one of the richest couples in the world are getting divorced. Bill and Melinda Gates made the announcement yesterday, saying, after a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage. Now, the couple, who've been married for 27 years, have 3 kids together and a fortune estimated at about $124 billion, according to Forbes. They also have no prenup. I'll wait until your jaw gets off the floor, according to court records, but they do have a whole lot of assets to divide. Get ready for this. It includes their 66,000 square foot home in Washington, known as Xanadu, 2.0, worth a whopping $125 million. It's just one of at least 4 other properties around the country. The couple also has a collection of cars, including this rare Porsche 959, or Porsche, if you will. It is believed they own a $65 million Gulf Jetstream, and they famously purchased Leonardo da Vinci's Codex for $30 million in 1994. Now, Bill is also reportedly the biggest private owner of farmland in the U.S. with 242,000 acres across 18 different states. I'm exhausted. What'd y'all think of this? I was shocked when I saw this. Al, what'd you think when you heard about the divorce?
I don't know why we're talking about two people splitting this up. They can just be on the same property and never see each other.
Yeah, you're right. That thing was huge.
This is already split up. You wouldn't see each other unless you coordinated it on your phone anyway. And honestly, Linz, I want to get your opinion on this. I feel like this has the greatest TMZ story of all time written all over it, except it's the Gates, or it would be the Gateses. I don't know, the Gates.
You did well, yep.
I just don't think they care about money like that. They started initiatives to help other billionaires, show them how to give most of their money away. I don't think this is going to get ugly.
Yeah, they're the fourth richest couple in the world, and they're giving $10 million apiece to their 3 kids. $10 million, they're multi-hundred billion, or a couple
124 billion.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm not going to get into that, but I think that they are, because I don't have that money to think about how I want to handle my kids. I wish I did. But I think that they are really a practical couple. When I think about, and I watched the documentary, they talked about how Bill took out a whiteboard and did the pros and cons of marriages and was like, here's why I want to get married. Here's why I wouldn't want to get married.
So romantic.
Not romantic at all, but it just is the idea of like, I think that they thought through this divorce. It's not much messy TMZ drama here. They said they're both still going to run this foundation. And so based on the history of their relationship, I think that they just decided this wasn't working out, and they waited till their youngest kid was 18 years old.
That's what I think.
Which I think is just mature adult thing. That was also a whiteboard choice.
I think it's a whiteboard
accident.
Definitely.
It's totally a whiteboard choice. I think they waited till, and this is relatable to a lot of you. How many of you at home have gone through a divorce after 27 years, and you've waited until the last kid, right, was 18, and you just aren't on the same page? You've grown apart. I think that's totally fair. One thing I want to say is when you walk into their home, you get a special pin, and it can monitor the way you like the lights, the music, and the art on the wall, and it will change as you walk through the house.
My other mind says, like, what issues can you have with $125 billion?
There's a lot of issues.
There's
a lot.
I just can't imagine.
But I'm glad that it doesn't seem to be so angry, that it might be more amicable. So let's wait and see.
That's how they always start.
I know. And he's single. Both of them are single, guys. So check it out on dating sites. Now, there's been a rather disturbing development in the Derek Chauvin trial, and we here want to discuss it. It's very layered, and it all comes down to this. It's a picture of a juror named Brandon Mitchell. You can see him wearing a shirt that says, "Get your knee off my neck," and BLM. He's also wearing a Black Lives Matter hat. Now, the photo was taken at an event to commemorate Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech this past August in Washington, D.C. Here's the problem. As part of jury selection, he was asked about questions about demonstrations or attending marches against police brutality. He answered no to those questions and has defended his participation, saying it was only related to MLK's March on Washington. It was not about George Floyd. Now, Mitchell also says he does not recall wearing or owning the shirt. Some say Derek Chauvin can point to the picture to argue he was denied his right to an impartial jury and may be grounds for an appeal or even overturning the case. Big moment. Lindsay, thoughts?
When I first saw the story, I was fuming because as a person who has a strong opinion on Black Lives Matter, I still would love the opportunity to be part of a jury, but I would be honest about where I stand on certain things, which I think he should have done. I think the loosely based definition of what protest he was at, whether it was March on Washington, because MLK stood for more than just anti-police brutality, is going to be up for debate. But what he's doing is putting this whole trial in jeopardy. There were 12 people that in 3.5 hours decided he was guilty on the heaviest charge. And so 11 of those people still would have done that. We still would have had a little bit of sliver of justice for George Floyd if he didn't go on a media tirade on CNN, ABC, the New York Times. He did individual interviews with all these people just to tell them his side of the story. And then look what happens. As journalists do, they dug up more information, and now this looks crazy. And so he's just putting this whole thing in jeopardy. At the very least, legal experts are saying that he's going to get called down for questioning, and that could lead to a mistrial. And so is it worth it for you, for all this publicity that you got, to do all this? If you were willing to lie, and I know a lot of people might lie about jury duty, but you were willing to lie, then go on the media rampage also? I'm just confused about what the motive was. It seems very self-involved.
Fair opinion. Al, what do you think?
I mean, I had thoughts until I listened to that.
I just was so mad this morning.
I was mad too.
You know, I was more thinking about how, you know, Tori, your father's a defense lawyer. There's nuance and there's ways that you can get around things. And I really was hoping, just because I want to put this behind us.
No, I know.
I know that sounds selfish, but I think an appeal, Lindsay, a mistrial after people felt like justice was served, and then the reversal of all that, I understand you guys with the laws, with the words, with the paper, but like out here on the streets, if this was to be overturned for whatever reason, even if it was legal and constitutional, the repercussions could be so detrimental to this country. We're starting to take blows that I don't know if we can recover from. I agree with everything that Lindsay was saying. I was just hoping that they would just let it go so we don't have to talk about this anymore and just let Mr. Floyd's memory live.
And then the one time that we actually got some sliver of justice, then the argument would be that we cheated. And black people have been not given justice for so long that this is unfortunate to taint this entire process that actually went the right way, in my opinion, just to say that we cheated in any way, because I think this was just actual justice.
About police testifying, everything went the right way.
I know, but this is what I'm saying, just based on our laws that we have on the books that we were following to the T for this trial.
It finally went your way.
It finally went the right way. And then we also have this man who just didn't be 100% honest, it looks like. And so there could be a mistrial just based on the laws that are on the books. And I agree that we shouldn't go down that route, but they're not thinking about what will make the public happy. They actually just have to do their job in this case. And so we'll just see what happens.
And from what I just did a little research, and from the fact, not only that can the whole mistrial happen or an appeal, he can get in trouble here. That's perjury. That is lying under oath, and he can go to jail or he can go to contempt. So let us know what you think on Facebook or YouTube. Very interesting discussion. Quickly, before we go to break, though, a police officer's good deed is going viral. He was called to a Dollar Tree store in New York because a man experiencing homelessness was allegedly trying to steal some socks. Check out what happened, though, in the police body cam footage next.
You saying about burning and stuff? All right, you're gonna be a little light on some socks? Yeah. All right, tell you what, I'll buy you a couple pairs of socks, though, but you gotta stop stealing them. All right, fair enough? All right. There's nothing better than a nice, fresh pair of socks. How many pairs are in here? You got 2 pairs per? All right. Bring me up for $15 worth. And then, what colors you want? You want all black? You want mixed? What do you want? Any color. Any color? All right. So I'll take $15 worth of the socks.
That's what it's like to protect and serve your community, I would think. What do you guys feel?
I love that he started asking about what colors he wanted.
I know. Sock game is important.
Right. That was a good moment. I think it's good to see these things because the conversation is always that one tainted police officer taints the entire force. And so as somebody who has family that is in law enforcement, it's important to see these images also, that there are good people out there doing good things.
I agree. Do you have good sock game, Al?
I'll just say, speaking about good cops, as somebody that was picked up because I was drunk and walking around the Bronx after a poetry slam, some cops picked me up and took me to my apartment. So there's a lot of good cops.
That is nice.
Life is about balance.
There you go.
Trying to get the bad ones out.
Good way to end on that one. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with TV personality and podcast host Kelly Osbourne. She is keeping it for real 100 with DBL Nation. And imagine if Ben Affleck sent you a message after you turned him down. He actually did that to one woman. That wild story coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
Verify exists to get you the vetted facts about what you read online. And you've probably heard this one, that breastfeeding mothers who are vaccinated for COVID-19 can pass antibodies through their breast milk. So we're tackling this claim in 2 parts, with some help from our sources, 3 breast milk experts, along with some studies on the subject. First, here's question 1.
Are there SARS-CoV-2 specific antibodies in human milk? Can we say that with confidence? Yes. Absolutely.
Several studies have found this result already, although we should note that they're not all peer-reviewed just yet.
Take that with a grain of salt. But from the studies that have come out, there's robust antibody response, more so after vaccination and after natural infection in breast milk.
They have only confirmed our feeling that what we would have predicted is that A, it would be safe, and B, there would be transfer of antibodies, and that's what we're seeing in the preliminary data.
So that brings us to our next question. Is there any evidence that these antibodies can protect infants? And at this point, we just don't know for sure. Although 2 out of our 3 experts think the answer could be yes, based on what they already know about the medicinal properties of breast milk.
What is the degree of protection? How long does it last? Those are scientific questions that we should explore. But I think it's safe to say that there will be some degree of protection.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
Welcome back to DBL. When it comes to dating, just getting the wrinkles out, it appears Ben Affleck doesn't take no for an answer.
Color on you.
Do you? You guys want to?
I really like it.
Do you want to know
love
something?
What you guys have on.
Can I say something?
No, I look like a blueberry.
No, you look
I look like a big balloon. I can't get over this.
Pregnant lady. I wore this to audition.
Oh yes,
and it still fits, so that's a good thing.
Let's hope. Okay. A social media influencer went viral after claiming she was matched with Ben Affleck on the exclusive dating app Raya. She thought it was fake, so she unmatched him, but then revealed on TikTok that Ben sent her a message on Instagram. Have a look.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better. I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing seems.
Naveen, why did you unmatch me? It's me.
Wow, I didn't know it was a video message that he sent.
Dude, I would be like, Batman just talked to me. That's so rad.
You would say the worst Batman just talked to me.
It's not a good Batman.
Yeah.
George Clooney was also. No, George Clooney was the worst Batman.
I just think the internet has taken down all the walls everywhere. You can get famous without going to Hollywood. You can date a Hollywood celebrity without actually meeting them in person. And as somebody that knows somebody very well that met a very famous person and married them recently, I can see it. I just used to go to Tequila Tuesdays with her, and now she's married to somebody from a famous sitcom.
Really?
So, yeah, it happens. It's not that crazy anymore.
But how bad would you feel from 1 to 10 if you were that woman?
Okay, the thing is, like, the story doesn't end here. I don't care what anybody says. Like, he sent you a video message and you said, "Kay, let me show the world," and that's it. No, come on, you wrote back. Then you guys go, what's the next step? I need to know, did they date? Are they dating?
No.
Where's J-Lo?
He's with J-Lo for sure now.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Yes.
J-Lo does not like somebody who has a wandering eye. She wants all the attention from what I gather.
I
and so
agree.
she's not going for this.
Except that we've seen Ben Affleck now show up at her house several times from paparazzi. And if they wanted to avoid the paparazzi, they could have done.
That doesn't mean they're dating.
It doesn't mean they're
when
not.
somebody comes to your house on the creep late night in your past, okay, it means you're not,
but you don't
maybe
park
not
in
dating.
front. You don't park in front. I'll let the garage door up.
Oh my God.
What would you do if you had to respond to like someone famous like Ben Affleck? What would your video response be? Like, please take me back?
I probably would do something embarrassing because I'm like a knee-jerk reactor. I'd be like, oh my God. And then they'd have that video forever. So hopefully they wouldn't do the same thing I did to them on TikTok.
You have to act cool because they like you. So you can't fangirl out because then you're going to go into fan category. You have to be like, hey, sorry about that. I get a lot of crazy messages. Because Ben's
be like, I don't know you, like Mariah Carey did to J-Lo?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He's been treated like Ben. He's been treated like Ben Affleck. So when you go, maybe after work I'll shoot you a text, and he's like, what? Ooh. I have 4 assistants. No one tells me that. You got to put him in his own category.
Somebody has some game, and it's not me. Good job, Al. Coming up on DBL, we're chatting with Kelly Osbourne. She's got a brand new podcast, and she's telling DBL Nation all about it. Open book. You're not on it.
Yes.
It's coming up next. No.
Kids don't play outside as much as they used to, and that's having an unusual side effect. Their eyesight is getting worse. Let's connect the dots. Nearsightedness is on the rise in kids. That's when you can see close objects clearly, but things far away are fuzzy. It can be caused by genetics and the environment, but experts say it has increased so rapidly that genetics aren't playing as big a role. In the United States alone, nearsightedness has gone up from 25% of the population in the 1970s to 42%. What's causing the increase? Experts say it's actually because children are getting less natural light. Researchers say exposure to daylight and focusing on things far away outside can delay the onset of nearsightedness. And the pandemic has made things worse. New research shows children's eyesight rapidly deteriorated during the quarantine. There's something you can do about it, though. Experts recommend a practice called 20-20-20. That's when you take regular breaks every 20 minutes to look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. And of course, more time outside can make a real difference. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. Kelly Osbourne became a household name when she was just 17 years old with her family's hit reality show, The Osbournes. She has since dominated the airwaves as a host. She has a brand new podcast, and we caught up with her yesterday in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Please welcome the one and only Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah, yo!
Good girl.
Hi.
Kelly, we have so much to talk to you about, but we also want to check in with you. 2 weeks ago, you announced your relapse. Now, addiction hits very close to home for me, and I really appreciate your transparency. It breaks down that stigma. You're helping people by speaking out. How are you doing right now?
You know, really good. I am very open about what it is that happened and what I'm doing to get myself back on track, because it's all part of this journey, and I need to be honest because it's the only way I know how to hold myself accountable. I am doing an outpatient program again, just like a little therapy pick-me-up, for lack of a better term, and it's great. Like I want to get to the root of what it is that made me believe that I could drink like a normal person, because I can't, and just focus on staying happy and healthy, because I really was before I started drinking again. Like, I don't understand what happened, and that's the nature of addiction and how everything can just be fine. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what happened? Like, I didn't expect this. So it was difficult, a bump in the road, but we all have it. So I just wanted to be open and to the point about it, and kind of tackle it head on rather than lying about it, because I believe you're only as sick as your secrets, and if I could have gone on and nobody would have known.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would have made me any better.
I think you're saving so many lives right now by saying this and just being open and honest, and I just appreciate that. Also, such a fan from the Osbournes. Okay, moving on. I was like, oh my God, I have to freak out. I did want to ask you about getting sober, and is it harder being an Osbourne and having to get sober? I also kind of wanted to go off script here and just ask you, what are your thoughts on being California sober? I know we heard from Demi Lovato that she sometimes drinks, sometimes smokes weed, and you're saying I can't. Wanted to know your take on what that means to you.
Okay, so I can't sometimes drink. That doesn't happen for me. So I don't understand that. That doesn't fall into my brain at all. That's not an option for me. Look, for me, life is the pursuit of happiness, and it's about what makes you happy. If you know, everybody works differently. There's not one set of rules for everyone, because when it comes to happiness, because it doesn't work that way. People have asked me about this. The only thing I can say is when people are like that, it means that they need a little bit of love and support, and something's not really going right in their life. So instead of sitting here and criticizing and dissecting her like everyone else does, I'm just going to sit here and say, I think a little bit more love and support and kindness. And I I don't agree with it. That's all.
I appreciate that honesty. Thank you.
Well, before we go, your podcast comes out tomorrow, May 4th. I'm so excited.
It does. I'm so excited.
Is it true that you picked that date because it's a Star Wars day?
Ooh. Tell us.
Yeah. Because I'm like, may the 4th be with you. We're going to be with you on May the 4th, you know? And yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd. You can thank my brother for that. But yeah, that's why I picked it. And, you know, our motto is what you call freaks, we call family. Everyone's welcome.
Oh,
and
love that.
It's about, you know, everything, nothing is off limits. We want this podcast to be that 45 minutes of just mental freedom where you can switch off and listen to something stupid or reverent or funny or health education or whatever it may be we're talking about that will make you forget about, you know, am I going to be able to pay my mortgage? Am I going to be able to feed my kids? Like whatever it is that's going on, just a mental reprieve for 45 minutes. And that was our mission in doing this.
And I got to tell you, your background's giving me joy. All those cause dolls. It's like goals. I love that. I'm obsessed.
We're all jealous over here for many reasons. Thank you so much, Kelly Osbourne, for stopping by DBL. Make sure to check out her podcasting
Thank you so much
debut.
for having me, ladies.
We absolutely adore you. The Kelly Osbourne and Jeff Beecher Show. You got to check it out on Podcast One. Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
pandemic's taught us anything, it's that something happening on one side of the world could have a direct impact on our side of the world. And that's why the experts I spoke to say that the COVID-19 crisis in India could have repercussions here for public health and for economics. The COVID-19 situation in India is the worst in the world right now. The country averages more than 300,000 new infections per day, which is significantly higher than the peak for the United States.
So what we're finding in India right now is that there's a variant that's spreading there quite rapidly.
And an inability to vaccinate much of their population. Really only about 9 or 10% of the population has been fully vaccinated.
Our sources are Dr. Amish Adalja, an epidemiologist from Johns Hopkins University, and Dr. Matthew Freeman, an immunologist from the University of Maryland. Here's how the India crisis affects the world. First, our experts say with each infection, it offers a new opportunity for the virus to mutate or create a variant. And those variants we've seen can spread faster or even evade some levels of immunization.
And so the worry is that as there are spikes in India or in Europe or South Africa or South America, we see these increasing chance of these variants spreading quickly around the world and even into the United States.
The second problem, according to Dr. Adalja, is India is also one of the main exporting countries of the vaccines for the world.
Part of the plans to vaccinate the world hinged on India's ability to export vaccine that they manufactured there. Now, all of their resources are rightly being directed towards their domestic population.
And that's why our experts say that the COVID-19 health crisis in India is more of a global health concern. And going forward, we're going to have to see how world health leaders as well as U.S. leaders react to it. With your Verify, I'm Matt Gregory.
DBL. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
You cannot have it both ways.
Then you're a fool and you deserve to be fired. Wow.
DBL is off script. You can come at me and I know you will.
And I need to put that on my license plate or something.
Time out. Like, I'm just gonna be honest.
DBL is unpredictable.
I'll try it today.
Well, now this is where I need to upgrade to.
Is it cool? A little bit.
DBL is your daytime destination. Is it cool? A little bit. Welcome back to
Stupid prizes
DBL.
gets me every time.
I love it. Many believe life insurance is too expensive, but it's more affordable than you might think. That's in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. Insurance companies base their rates on certain factors, so here's what you need to know. Age, first up. The younger you are, the lower your premium is, so don't wait until you're older to enroll. Second up, gender. Life expectancy for women is about 5 years longer than men. And lastly, health and lifestyle. If you have a good medical history, no risky behavior, and a good driving record, you'll have a much lower premium. When it comes to quality and affordable insurance, the Buck's got your back, baby. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. Call the Hartford at 1-800-684-6085 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. I don't know why I added the baby, but
I liked it. It was really selling it, bringing it home.
Bang for your buck, baby.
Honestly, I always feel like the Buck is the best logo because it's like stately, but those horns are like, you don't want this. So I'm on board. I got life insurance. I'm an adult now.
Wow. Good for you, Al.
Thank
DBL,
you.
we're new every
Adulting
day.
101.
Filled with adults here. We'll see you same time. Okay.
Thank you.